Hello, Facebook friends. Right now, I'm in Wentzville. I had an unusual request. A family called me because of a need of their 2.5-year-old son, Benjamin. You see, Benjamin needs a kidney. They are trying to find a kidney donor to help him, and they called to see if I would publicize what they are trying to do in their efforts to get that kidney. And this is Eric and Dana. Okay, give me your last name.
Kokenauer.
And that is Benjamin.
Say hi. You wave.
Hi, Benjamin. There we go. How are you, buddy? Okay, Eric, let's start with you. What is it that you're trying to do?
Well, Ben has end-stage kidney failure, so he's been on dialysis ever since he was born, and so there's a lot of complications sometimes with dialysis, a lot of side effects and that sort of thing, and so ultimately he needs a kidney in order to get on with the rest of his life and be able to have kind of a more normal life and be more healthier and not as sick from the dialysis and all that. So
what types of things does he have to go through now?
Well, he goes to dialysis 3 times a week, so we go down to the Children's Hospital 3 times a week, and he's on the dialysis machine for about 4 hours usually, and so that's kind of what we've been doing that for over a year now with the hemodialysis, but he was on a different type of dialysis before that since he's had this issue since he was born. So.
What kind of toll does that take on him?
I mean, it's just kind of he's developmentally he's behind on everything. He just kind of started walking the last couple months, so he's been
doing, buddy?
He's been really working hard on a lot of those things, but he gets it's nausea and just being really tired and just kind of throws him off the rest of the day. We can just tell he doesn't feel good most of the time after his treatments. But I mean, that's.
Have you reached out before to find a donor?
Yeah, we've been reaching out. Really, we have kind of our private Facebook page and on our Facebook pages and various other places on social media, just putting out his information and try to find a living donor. But that's just kind of how we've kind of just in our own friend circle and that sort of thing. So.
What made you decide to call me?
Well, he's waited longer than anybody else. That's what we were told at the hospital. Usually it's like 6 months on the transplant list, and he's waited about 15 months. So we're trying to reach out to anybody that would be willing to help, reach more people and potentially find a donor for him.
Dana, what are your thoughts about all this?
It's very trying on the whole family. You can tell with the sisters, they miss him all the time when he has to be gone, and we have to take turns being with either them or him, and to be all together more often would be wonderful. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to see him go through what he has to go through medically all the time. He's so strong, though. He's so strong, and he goes through more than most of us adults have ever. So
as I asked your husband that question, what kind of toll does this take on?
On him?
Yeah.
He's definitely, he has to go through a whole lot more as far as therapies or medical appointments. He doesn't get to do all the things a normal little boy would get to do all the time. And therefore he's a little bit behind developmentally in all his areas. And then he has multiple therapy appointments here at the hospital. And they make them fun, but it is different than a normal life for a 2-year-old.
What kind of challenges is that for this family?
It's a lot of time. I left a lot of volunteer and job opportunities to stay home. He had to change the job he's in, so he works overnight and then still has to be awake during the day with the kids. It's just a lot of extra time and energy but it's worth it.
What would you tell people, what message would you give to people out there? And I want you to find that number while she's answering the question.
Okay.
Go ahead. What would you tell people out there who are listening right now?
About kidney donation, or
Yeah, and about your son specifically.
Ben he's amazing. He is such a joy. He's a happy guy and has the best laugh, and for him to be able to have a kidney and a second chance at doing and a second chance at life would be, I mean, a miracle. It'd be wonderful.
This is really important to him, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he needs.
Yes, it is.
So he's been on dialysis since he was, for how long has he been on dialysis?
Since he was born.
Okay.
Yes, he was born with end-stage kidney disease. And so he was in the NICU until he was 5 months old. And then we were able to come home and we did dialysis here. And then due to some complications, we switched to the hemodialysis at the hospital. So he's been on it. That's all he knows.
Yeah, he seemed like an energetic guy. Notice his smile. He seemed
He
like a
has
pretty happy guy.
Yes, he's a very happy guy.
Despite all he has to do, despite everything that he has to deal with.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, he always keeps his sisters laughing and smiling and all that. So,
Well, let's give the number. Let's give once again the telephone number that you want people to call if they can help. And what is this number too? Describe this process.
Yeah.
How does this work?
yeah. So the number that I'll give is the number for the transplant team at BJC. And so when you call that number, if you want to inquire about being a living donor for Ben, you can call this number, and they'll kind of ask you some questions initially, and then they'll send you some paperwork, and then you start going through the entire process where I mean, you have to kind of be, healthy as well, and they get blood work and labs and check out all of the living donors, health status and all that. So it's a process that takes several months. So even if somebody was calling or inquiring, here pretty soon, it would still be a little bit before the donation would take place. But that phone number for the transplant team is 314-362-5365, and they would be able to answer more questions, in regards to the process and everything, and even if someone's not a blood type match for Ben,
Right.
they also do swapping donors and that sort of thing. Yeah, I believe it's at least 18 and then up to 55, right? Is it?
I believe so, yeah.
So it's like 18 to 55
Okay.
in relatively good health and no issues with their own kidney, with their kidney as well and all that. But yeah, they would call that number. You could call that number, and then they would walk you through that process. But I know there's initial paperwork and all that needs to be filled out and sent back in, and then going in for lab work several times just to check out everything as far as their health and labs and all
Any idea
that.
how long the process takes for the
well-
people to find out if they're an eligible donor?
It kind of goes. It's a donor driven process, so it can kind of take as long as that person wants it to take, or as fast or as slow. But they were usually saying like 6 months, 6 to 9 months.
Oh, but
So-
the actual initial test, how long does that take?
Oh well, I mean
It would go from the initial paperwork.
yeah, from the initial paperwork being sent back in and all that.
And then for
probably
them to give
yeah.
you whatever blood tests you need, how long does that process take? Any idea?
They were just kind of telling us the whole process from
Okay.
start to finish,
I got you.
with calling in and getting the initial paperwork sent back in,
Okay.
and then they send orders to get lab work and all that. So
I've got you.
you know,
I got you.
So then it's up to the donor.
yeah, it's
Hopefully
just
they
kind of
get
up to
there,
yeah.
and otherwise, I mean, once they do the labs, they normally get them back pretty quick and
So
let them know.
what is your message to people out there listening? First you, then your wife.
Well, I mean, I appreciate anybody who would consider being a donor. It's a very sacrificial thing to do, and we're just, asking people to kind of prayerfully consider, being a donor either for Ben or for somebody else, because there's a lot of other people waiting as well. They were kind of telling us at the hospital this is kind of a slow time, like they don't have a lot of donors right now, and people are waiting longer. So that would kind of be my message, just kind of something to think about for themselves and pray about if you can help Ben or someone else. So.
And what would you want to say to people who are listening?
Anybody who even gives this a thought, we are thankful. For Ben or for anybody else, we just want to get the word out that living organ donation is an option that people can do and can help little ones like Ben everywhere. So I think we're just thankful for anybody considering.